is a function pointer. Event follows a delegate mechanism. Can you tell which design pattern event follows? Event uses? Which design pattern event uses? In software design patterns, which design pattern event uses? Any JavaScript people? Which design pattern event uses? There are 23 design patterns. Which design pattern event uses? Event uses observer pattern. Event uses observer pattern. It is a communication pattern. So it is a communication pattern that defines how communication happens. And no need to tell anything special here, because you already know one point which I explained already. What is that point I explained to you already is, actually you learned that JavaScript event arguments. JavaScript event arguments, we have two. One is this, another one event, default arguments. In Angular event argument is $event. Already we know that. Then how to get object related properties? Object properties are accessed by using target. Object properties are accessed by using target. That means, you know, we have to write event dot target dot object related properties. Object related properties means it may be ID, it may be value, it may be name, it may be class name. All these are object related properties. Event related properties directly we can access. Event properties are accessed directly. Event related properties means event dot, just now you saw client X, event dot client Y, like this. Earlier in JavaScript, object properties we have to access by using this keyword. So, but here we have one event argument. That event argument is $event. So default event argument only one. And already we know we can send our own values, custom arguments also we can send. So, and in JavaScript, all JavaScript events are same in Angular also. No change. Only the point, all JavaScript events are same in Angular. What events you learned in JavaScript? In JavaScript, you learned about mouse events. What are mouse events? Here, only the point is we write in a parenthesis. Generally, in JavaScript, you write on click. So here we write in a parenthesis. Mouse events, we have mouse over, we have mouse out, we have mouse down, and we have mouse up. These are all JavaScript events of mouse. And just now you saw mouse move, that is also mouse events. And you know keyboard events. Keyboard events also you have learned. Keyboard events like key up, you have like key down, you have like key press. These are keyboard events. And you know button events. Button events means you have click, we have DBL click. DBL click is double click. We have context menu. Context menu means right click. Context menu means right click. These are button events. We have select start. Select start is for click and dragging. that is called select start. This comes under button events. In JavaScript, button events, we have click, we have double click, we have context menu. Context menu means right click. We have select start. These are button events. And you have clipboard events. What are clipboard events? You learned clipboard events means you have cut, you have copy, you have paste. This comes under paste. This comes under clipboard events. And you have element state events. Element state events means you have on change, that is we call as change. We have option like select, change, focus, blur. This comes under element state events. That means when element is focused, when element loses focus, when element is selected, when element changes its value. This all comes under element state events. You have learnt about timer events. You know timer events also in JavaScript. Timer events set timeout, right? We have clear timeout. All are same. We have set interval. We have a clear interval. We don't write for general parentheses. We write them as methods. We use them as methods. Set timeout, clear timeout, set interval, clear interval. These are timer events. And you know about form events. Form events like we have submit event, you have a reset event. This comes under form events. Form events, we have submit and reset. These are form events. And you know recently people use touch events. People use touch events for mobile development, like touch start, like touch end. So like touch move. These all comes under touch events. These can be practiced only on devices that support touch screen, right? These are used in mobile development mostly. So these are all JavaScript related events. And all JavaScript events, they are used exactly in the same way how you use in JavaScript. There is no change. So I am not wasting the time again in teaching all these events, and we don't have time for these also, because this is all JavaScript. You need to be very perfect in JavaScript events, and nobody teaches you any events in Angular. All JavaScript events are used as this. Already we used so many events. Click event, change event, we are using in different situations, right? Here, these are all events. Some situation wise, in different other examples, we will use other events, form events and all these. I will. If you are not good in these events concept, you are not aware of about these in JavaScript. Today I will upload one document that contains examples on events. You can practice. You can try if you are not good in JavaScript events, because these are all JavaScript basics, right? And sometimes people without complete knowledge of JavaScript come here. So for them, I will upload a document. So with these events, one example will be there. You can try them. You can just see and try. Already we used some events, on click, on change. So, and mouse, just now I showed you. Like that, other events, some more examples in future, we will see other events also. But these are all exactly how you use in JavaScript. Only one point changes here, that is event argument. Event argument, you don't have this. You have to do that by using $event, right? That's only the point. This is actually this all concept comes under event binding. Event binding. Examples on event binding I will upload. You try them. So that is all. If you already done some examples in JavaScript, you can same replicate them here. Replicate them. Just I will show one example. Suppose see some key events, how we use key events. One simple example I will show you here. Let's create here. I will add one more component without disturbing ng generate component event demo skip test. Okay. Fine. So let's keep this in the startup. Means I will show you just basic option. Event demo. Event demo. Okay. Let's keep this in startup. Event demo. These are all event demo is working. Okay. Let's create in the event demo TS file. Okay, here I am creating an object. Suppose users. Users is an any type array. Any type array. So it contains some user details. It contains some user details. So what we are doing? Some user details like user name. This is some John. Another user name. So this is some John 1, 2. Okay. And another username like John underscore NIT. And another username. So some like David. Like this we have some users. Now we will go to the event demo HTML. Here we are designing a form. That means I am creating a simple class container and heading register user. And the data list data term here I given user ID. And data definition input type is equal to text. Next here I will put class as form control. Okay. And this put a data definition below. Okay. Now point is very simple here. What we want is data list. I will put class as W25. Okay. Now in this what we need is when user is entering user ID. While entering user ID, I need to verify that user ID is already taken or not. That we can do with the data later. So that means while typing, I need to verify that user ID is already taken or not. In that case, what we have to do, we have to write event to verify every character. Because even one character changes, then username is available, right? Then we have to use an event called key up. Key up indicates what action to perform immediately after the release of key. Once you release the key, what should happen? For every character, I have to verify. Then we have to use key up. On key up, I am writing here verify user. Now what we are doing, so we are writing a method here. Let's write a method. I will use a method verify user. This method is going to fire up for every character. Now whatever the character they are typing, we have to collect. What they are entering inside this, we need to collect. How to collect the value of this text box? You can collect the value of the text box while they are typing by using event argument $event. $event. I will show you here this $event. We are collecting E as any type. And I will just show you here first console.log e.target.value. It gets the text box value. And you observe here, I'm just showing you inspect. And in the inspect, let's go to console. In the console, you can see when I am typing here, it will get the character. That means it will get every character. For every character, that event fires up and we are collecting it. That means we are able to collect the username he enters in text box. We have to verify that username is already taken here or not. We have to verify that username is already taken or not. And we need to display a message. So I will create a status message. Status message is a string type and it is initially empty. It is empty. Now what we will do here, we will define here, we need to read every user information. Then we will use an iterator for where user of this dot users. It will get all users information. That means we are reading every user information and we are writing a condition. If user dot username is matching with e dot target dot value. If it is matching with the value you entered in text box, e dot target dot value is text box value. If it is matching, then this dot status message should display a message saying that username taken. Username taken. Try another. This message should display. And after displaying, then it should break. That means it should stop because you are using an iterator. Otherwise, if it is not, then this dot status message should display username available. It should display username available. That's it. Now you can see now here in this, I am typing user ID. Then it says where to display also we have to decide. This message must display in this definition. That means here we will display status message. Status message we will display here. And you can see that is the status message, right? And I am typing here. So it says username available. JOHN, John, it is taken. Try another. And John 1 is available. John 1-2 is taken. Try another. So that is a simple approach of verifying for every character. That means I will give here 50. Okay. That means verifying for every character. So I entered David. So DAVID. David is taken. David 1 is available. David 1-2 is available. David is taken. That is a simple approach. And of course, these are all very silly things in JavaScript. You might have already learned in JavaScript. You don't need to see them as a surprised program in Angular. These are very basics of JavaScript. You learned JavaScript events. These are all common things, right? You have written on click, on mouse over, on key up. These are all general things in JavaScript. There is nothing special here. What you learned in JavaScript, key events, same. That is how we use key events, verifying patterns, everything. I hope you know the difference between key up and key press. If not, you learn JavaScript. You have to learn them, right? So, you know, without event binding, there cannot be any action performed. and all, there is no Angular event binding. This is all JavaScript concept. Of course, you see, if I want to change color, can you tell what to do now? Suppose I am entering username available green color, username taken red color. Then yesterday we learned class binding, right? We can dynamically apply the classes. That means, for example, suppose here we are creating a Boolean property. That means here we are writing options. Actually, to apply classes, we need to, because you are using Bootstrap. If you are using Bootstrap classes, directly you can apply the Bootstrap classes. So for example, suppose I am creating a property here. So is error. I am creating is error. Is error is a Boolean type. And in that I am storing some Boolean value. Is error is true. So by default, true or false. That means I keep this as false. By default, false. And you see here, if username is taken, that means this dot is error is equal to true. Then here I am giving another option. So this dot is error is equal to false. So we are writing like this. Now is error is a Boolean. What we are doing here, so here for this data definition, here I am applying ng class. By using an object reference, I am using text danger. Text danger is a CSS class, Bootstrap CSS class that gets the value from is error. We are dynamically applying that. So here actually, when I am entering, this is John available, John, then it is red taken. We can configure based on that, depending on how you define. John 1 is the available, John 1, 2, it is taken. So by default, suppose it is having a class called text success. That means by default, it is having text success. Here I am typing here, John, it is green color. And John, it is red color. And John 1, it is green color again. And John 1, 2, it is taken. We dynamically apply. We have to use a combination of configuring and defining them. This is very important. So how do you write? So suppose this is one. What is the event I am using here? The event I am using here is key up. For example, I have to verify password. You already learned all these things, right? I will put another data term. I will say username. Suppose username, user ID, username. And data definition input type is equal to text. And here class is form control. We are using form control. And here I am defining placeholder. And I will say name in block letters. That means here the point is I want user ID. Okay, user ID is available or not, it is showing it. It is taken or it is available. Then username, whatever the username you enter here, it should be in capital letters. Even I don't type in capital letters, it should be converted into capital letter. Even I don't type in capital letter, it should be converted into capital letter. Is it any special complicated program? No, it's a very simple JavaScript program. And I want that to happen every character or after they finished the name. I will change after they finished the name. That means after they finished the name, I will change it. Then in that case, we will write here an event called blur. You know that. Blur indicates that once the element finishes its typing, means it loses the focus. That means on blur, I will use change case. I am using change case. Now what we have to do is, into that we will pass $event. $event. Actually, so many points are there. So, for example, I want to display some message. We need to convert that and apply. See, where to apply? Again, we need to apply in the text box and display in the text box. So much work is there. We need to use two-way binding techniques and handle that and configure. For example, same. These all you can try. Suppose there is another option. I'm not giving that just overview. Suppose there is password. And for password, we have input type is equal to, I am just giving that event here, remove that later. Suppose we have password. In the password, we have input type password. And here we are using a class form control. Now I need to display, is the password strong password, weak password, or a poor password? You know, these all are done by using general JavaScript event. That means here also what we do, we write the event. What is the event? So key up. Key up. So on key up event, here we are displaying. So what we do, verify password. Now, whatever the password they are typing, we have to collect and verify. That means here we will use simply $event. $event. And you can see here, I am writing the logic. You know how to write. How to write regular expression. We have to write a regular expression. You know, regular expression data type is any, and regular expressions are enclosed in double slash. You learn in JavaScript, regular expressions are enclosed in double slash. Right? And how you write regular expression here? I am writing like question mark equal dot star a hyphen z and slash w 4,10. This indicates password must be 4 to 10 characters with at least one uppercase letter. That is the pattern. All these patterns are general JavaScript patterns. In JavaScript, you know how to write regular expressions. Of course, you these days learn regular expression in HTML only. HTML provides regular expressions, right? And you learn these regular expressions. Now I need to verify the password is matching with this regular expression or not. Based on that, I want to display password message. Password message is a string type. It is currently empty. This password message I want to display in data definition below. Here we will put password message. We will put password message. Now how to handle this? So we need to just define here. We need to just configure. See another method. What is it? Verify password. Verify password. Into that we are passing the event. Through that we will collect any type. We will collect the event argument. Means we will collect what password they typed, and we have to verify with regular expression. You know how to verify a string with regular expression. To verify a string with regular expression, we have to use if e dot target dot value dot match. You know, you have to use a match method. You know string functions, na? JavaScript string functions. In JavaScript string functions, match is a method which is used to verify a string against a regular expression. Is it matching with whom? This dot regular expression. If it is matching with regular expression, if it is matching, then this dot password message should be strong password. It should be strong password. If it is not matching with regular expression, then this we will write one more condition. If e dot target dot value is dot length, length means number of characters, is less than 4. If it is less than 4, length is less than 4, then what we will do is we will simply put an option here. This dot password message, we will say poor password. Poor password. We will display poor password. Otherwise, we will display this dot password message as a weak password. Weak password. This is the messages. That means now when user is typing the password, then it says poor password. Because minimum 4 characters I need. I enter minimum 4 characters. It is weak password. It is weak password because as per password, it can have alphabets and numbers, but at least one must be uppercase letter. So as per the pattern. So I entered at least one uppercase letter anywhere. So anywhere one uppercase letter, then it should be strong password, right? I think, where is it? Here expression have problem. Here we need to close the expression here. Here I have to close, okay? Now you can see I am entering here. This is poor password. This is weak password. And David 123. I entered at least one uppercase letter, then it is strong. That is verifying here. All these are done by using basic JavaScript events. See, at Angular level, if anybody asks this question, how to verify password, how to verify username, that means he don't know JavaScript. This is not Angular question to ask at all. These are all JavaScript's basics, not JavaScript advanced, basic topics. In JavaScript, event concept is a very basic topic. And this is all we do in JavaScript, right? That means this is nothing to do with Angular, right? Now, because sometimes people ask how to verify capital letter is there or not, how to show caps lock on. Those are all not Angular questions. Those are all JavaScript things, right? That means I want to show warning if caps lock is on, caps on. That is not Angular concept. That is just JavaScript, right? And how you do in JavaScript, the same way here. How to warn if capital letter is there. If user enters a capital letter, how to verify whether they entered a capital letter or not? And how to warn capital letter? You know that we can use key codes, no? Key codes, character codes. By using that we can handle. For example, suppose I'm just giving basic here. Username is there. So when in username, I'm just removing this. When user enters username, now I will put here another data definition. In this, I will put a span class. I will put BI as exclamation triangle. BI exclamation triangle fill. And I will put text warning. Entire I will give text warning here. Yeah. Class as text warning. Class is equal to text warning. And here I will put a message that caps on. I am giving a message caps on. You see here that is there, caps on. Now what is concept is when user is typing, I need to verify is capital letter typed or not. If capital letter is typed, I need to show this message. Then how you will verify whether capital letter typed or not? So how do we verify whether the capital letter typed or not? For that, what you have to do is we have to use an event key press. You know that key up is not suitable for that because key up cannot return the character codes. Character codes are returned by using key press. Now key press, on key press we say verify caps. Verify caps, and into that we will pass the characters what they are typing through $event. That means now we will write here. So here one more option is there. So show caps error. This is a Boolean type, and this is by default false. False. Show caps error is false. Show caps error is false, and this we will apply here. That means this message we will add only when there is caps problem. So we will put ng if. Ng if we are using show caps error. It is a Boolean value. Boolean value means it is using true or false. And you see by default that message is not there. Verify caps we have to write. Okay. Let's go here and write verify caps. Verify caps. And verify caps, into that we are expecting an event argument. What is the type? Any. And here I have to verify whether they typed a capital letter or not. For that we have to write a condition. If e dot key code. If e dot key code is greater than or equal to 65 and e dot key code is less than or equal to 90, that means it is between capital letters. 65 to 90 is the ASCII code for capital letters. If you typed capital letter, that will be between 65 to 90. If it is 65 to 90, this dot show caps error, we will put true. Otherwise, this dot show caps error, we will put it to false. False. Like this we are configuring. That means now you see here, I am typing here the username because we are writing for username. I am typing the username, so that is fine. And I entered an uppercase letter, then it says caps on. It will display caps on. And I am removing that and I am typing. Now it is okay. Accidentally any capital letter is there, then it immediately says caps on. These are all very basic requirements when you design a form in Angular. But these are all not the logics of Angular. In Angular, you will design a form and you need all these kind of validations and references. Angular has to do nothing with this. So this is all JavaScript only comes to picture. That means when you design a form, validations later I will tell you. These are not validations. These are some interactions on key up, on blur, on focus. Various types of events are required. So this is what generally we expect from JavaScript learners, to have this knowledge of handling various interactions, which you have to do in the same way in Angular also. Now, very recently, as I told you, we have touch events also. Touch events. So I will upload a document. In that mouse key events, some examples are there. You practice. This also I will upload. And just I am showing all at one place. Suppose touch event is there. Touch event means very recently for mobile based environments, we are using it actually. So touch event means, for example, suppose we have a picture. Let's keep a picture here. Suppose some images in assets, any option we can use here. Suppose we have an image here. Images. Suppose there is an image speaker. Okay. And I have that speaker image. Now I am keeping that image here. So img src assets / speaker.jpg. Width is 100 and height also 100. Now what I want here is below this, a paragraph is there. The concept is simple. When I touch that speaker, I want the details of speaker to display on touch. That means not mouse or key. It should work and respond to only touch screen, touch event. Then generally what we do is we can simply put here, so an event that is a touch start. On touch start, that means speaker touched. Suppose I given speaker touched. Now speaker touched is the method that fires up, and here I am writing speaker touched. So speaker touched. And what this speaker touched will do, suppose we have a message. Message is a string type. So, and it is empty. This message should display, this dot message, it should display some Sony speaker like this. So some 45.00 price. That is just roughly I am adding some. You can add anything you want. Now important, and this message should display below in the paragraph. In the paragraph, we want to display the message. And you see the event you written touch. With mouse, I am dragging, selecting, not working anything. That means I am using my mouse to click touch. I have to use my touch screen and touch that, and it will work. Right? It should support. That means touch screen. My touch screen is working. Touch start. Any error is there? Yeah, my touch is disabled actually. Yeah, fine. One second.